But I don't understand why the... I don't understand why. Oh, hey there, Rangers. It's good to see you. You look well. Welcome to another Power Rangers Dino Charge episode review. Now, unfortunately, I have to start this episode with a bit of a correction, but it is a correction that leads to an announcement. You might remember that last week I mentioned that now that we're past the Worldwide Day of Play, Dino Charge was going to roll all the way to the end of the season. Burgundy Ranger, an excellent source for Power Rangers scheduling info, recently posted the airing schedule for Nickelodeon for October. The Halloween special, Ghostest with the Mostest, is going to be airing on October 17th. Now, you might be wondering why Nickelodeon wouldn't just air that episode on Halloween, especially since Halloween is a Saturday this year. Well, the answer is, they are. Nick has decided to repeat the Halloween special on Halloween. Now, I do like that they're showing the episode on Halloween, but that absolutely destroys the reason that many people came up with for why the episode is airing on October 17th originally. Let's just say that something is going to happen soon that isn't reflected in the Halloween special. But now, knowing this, it's very hard to understand why Nick didn't just set up the schedule so this episode premieres on Halloween. Anyway, I momentarily debated whether I should review the episode after it airs on the 17th, or hold off until Halloween and review it as a Halloween special. In the end, I decided that episode reviews need to be timely, I think, so I am going to review that episode after it airs on the 17th. So, what am I doing Halloween week? Power Rangers has done a number of Halloween specials, so I was just going to kind of do an overview of them. But I decided to count just in case, and if we count Ghostest with the Mostest, as well as a VHS-only MMPR special, we end up with 11. What a perfect number to do a top 10 list. Tune in on November 2nd to see my top 10 Power Rangers Halloween specials. Wait, November 2nd? No. That is a couple of days too late. We are going to do this right. With no episode that week, I'm going to have that episode up on Halloween. Book it. Alright, with that business out of the way, we've got a new episode to review. Let's see if the 13th episode of Dino Charge will sink or swim. Somebody set us up the bomb, and that somebody is Wrench. The Rangers have no chance to survive, make their time. Wrench is making a bomb to take out the Rangers. Sledge assigns him a monster, Smokescreen. What's his special ability? Well, again, his name kind of gives it away. I'm starting to formulate this theory that Sledge doesn't actually bother learning the names of any of the monsters he's captured, and just calls them whatever they do or look like. But it's how he does this special ability that's concerning. Smokescreen farts gas out of his shoulders. This is a really weird choice. The Dino Gas Charger demanded a fart gag. It was in the footage. But when this smoke is coming out of the monster's shoulders, that's not a fart. So you're just forcing a fart gag, which isn't really funny. So, what are the Rangers up to? It's Kids Fossil Day. No, they're not digging up fossils of kids. They're letting the kids dig for fossils. Kendall, the museum's director, is nervous and a bit neurotic, which is a fun little nuance to add to her character. Tyler has apparently decided to start pursuing Shelby. He bought a coat that she said looked good. However, she's unimpressed, saying it looked good on the mannequin. And then Tyler loses her completely when Ivan shows up on horseback in full knight armor. I'm not really sure why he does this. He said he came ready for battle, but there was no battle going on. Kendall says that he needs more modern clothes, but I'm pretty sure he had more to wear than just knight armor. Wait just a second. Speaking of which, where did he get the armor? He didn't have it when he popped out of Fury, who, by the way, isn't even in this episode. So where did it come from? Anyway, Shelby of course instantly offers to take him to the mall to go shopping, and off they trot on horseback, much to Tyler's irritation. But while Ivan's armor had everybody distracted, Wrench planted the bomb in Tyler's Jeep. However, in his squabbling with Smokescreen, he forgot to set the timer, so the two of them have to follow the Rangers to the dig. At the event, everybody is helping out in one way or another when Shelby and Ivan show up. Ivan is decked out in brand new threads, including the exact same jacket that Tyler purchased. And Shelby is completely oblivious to this, just mentioning how great it looks on Ivan. Shelby is smarter than this. She knows what doing that would do. And that's exactly what happens. When an old lady approaches, Tyler uses Ivan's knight virtues against him to have him place his jacket over a mud puddle. And then he summons in the entire rest of the crowd, stomping the jacket into the mud. Ivan tells Tyler that that was well played. It beeth oneth. Wrench and Smokescreen get to the bomb, setting it for 10 minutes. Okay, listen, it's not the hour that Divatox set her bombs to, but why not 1 minute? That gives them plenty of time to get away. All the Rangers were in the area. It just doesn't make any sense. Sure, dramatic effect and storytelling, but work it in. Maybe Wrench only has 10-minute timers, or maybe it's so volatile or strong that they need that much time to get far enough away. Give us something. On the other hand, I've gotten on a lot of shows, including Power Rangers, for not having realistic bomb timers. However, while I wasn't keeping a careful track of it in this episode, this bomb seemed to be operating with a realistic timer. It really took about 10 minutes of in-episode time for the bomb to blow up. But I'm getting ahead of myself. It's a nice little dark mirror for the storyline that Wrench and Smokescreen are also fighting. Smokescreen literally offers Wrench to get into the escape pod together, but Wrench knocks him down and takes it for himself. The Rangers catch up, with Ivan and Tyler continuing to fight even through the morph. We get the first roll call that includes Ivan, and it looks really, really good. By the way, it also confirms that Ivan's dinosaur is a pterodactyl, not a pteranodon. However, points are taken off for some really bad screen matching with the Sentai footage. The Rangers morph in a green quarry, and they emerge morphed in a gray construction site. This may have just been a limitation of the area, as there may not be a part of New Zealand that's not completely green. I really like this fight as the Rangers go Dino Steel to get their weapons, and it's just a really good weapons fight, using them very strongly and adding some nice visual effects that just made them pop out. Then we get an incredibly rushed and weak wrap-up to the whole jealousy infighting thing, as Smokescreen hits Tyler and hurts him somehow in some kind of thing that affects his powers in some way. Down on his knees, Tyler admits that he can't compete with the armor and the horse and the whole knight image, but that he knows that the team needs Ivan. Ivan is flattered, but then returns the compliment, asking how he could possibly hope to compete with the Red Ranger. And that's all he says. That Tyler is the Red Ranger. Not that he's brave or strong or fierce, just that he's the Red Ranger. Tyler is only the Red Ranger because he found the Red Energem. Sure, it chose to bond to him, but my point is that I wanted Ivan to say more. So then Pinocchio's a real boy, and we all learn the true meaning of Christmas, and everybody's friends again, and the entire team gets together to attack Smokescreen in what's actually a very beautiful visual sequence. After which a worried Smokescreen lets slip the whole bomb in the Jeep news. The Rangers realize that they have to hurry, so they combine the Dino Spike and Lightning Final Strike to take out Smokescreen. They blow him, Sledge grows him. We have to get bigger! Thanks for that, Coda. Tyler demonstrates how effectively he has learned the lesson of the episode, that every member of the team is important, by telling them that he's going to pilot the Megazord alone. He sends them to go get the bomb. But Ivan has a, wait, that's stupid, okay, not really, but seriously, moment, and runs for the Pterazord. Smokescreen uses serpent power, which I think is actually carp power, if you look at the end of the tail and just Smokescreen's overall visual aesthetic. and he's beating up on the Megazord when Ivan shows up with the Terrazord. The two, it turns out, can combine because they're both Zord Builder. Because they're both Dino Charge Zords, I don't know. And they form the Dino Charge Megazord Tristego Terra formation. Basically, the Terrazord becomes wings, while its pterodactyl head comes off and forms a new helmet for the Megazord. They finish off Smokescreen with what is just a really awesome descending / finishing move. But this story isn't done. We still have a bomb to deal with, remember? The other Rangers run back to Tyler's Jeep, having demorphed for reasons that are lost to all of time in history. They start moving the bomb when Wrench has an ingenious idea, suggesting that Sledge use the Magna Beam on the bomb. He does, and it grows really big, and in a nice bit of detail, it also changes the tone of the bomb's timer. Tyler and Ivan, on the same wavelength now, swoop down in the Megazord and grab the bomb, original Megazord footage, thank you, and in an equally inspired bit of thinking, take it right back to Sledge's ship. Sledge's crew manages to blast the bomb right before it gets to the ship, but it still causes a bit of damage.
Fire everything!
As Sledge reads Wrench the Riot Act, the Rangers cool down at the cafe. Really strangely, Tyler and Ivan turn their affections away from Shelby and towards each other. Bromance, I guess. Ivan makes Tyler a really good-sounding tuna sandwich while everyone else gets grilled cheese, and Tyler replaces the jacket of Ivan's that he had ruined. The two decide to celebrate their new romance with one of those digital self-portraits, as Ivan puts it, even suggesting they do that duck mouth gesture. Power Rangers. You're so hip and you're so just with it. So, what did I think of this, not just the 13th episode of this season, but officially the 800th episode of the Power Rangers franchise? Well, this doesn't bode well for the episode, but a couple of times it reminded me of Super Megaforce. I'll tell you why more later, but like Super Megaforce's episodes, I found myself kind of torn on this one. Let me take a look at these fossils and tell you guys some reasons why. Episode 13, Sink or Swim. Pros, Tyler gets a new character trait, the fight footage was great, and a nice new Megazord formation. Cons, that new character trait came from left field, Shelby takes another step back in characterization, and Smokescreen's fart power was unnecessarily juvenile. An improvement, but only a minor one. Sink or Swim gets 3 fossils out of 5. Alright, so I'm sure you're wondering, how did this episode remind me of Super Megaforce? Well, there were 2 main ways. The first was Tyler getting really jealous of Ivan, even though he'd never really shown those tendencies in the past. Kind of exactly like how Jake got jealous of Orion when he had never shown those tendencies in the past. The other way was the Rangers taking the bomb back to Sledge's ship. It's a cool idea, don't get me wrong, but the Super Megaforce Rangers did the same thing with a missile, taking out a large chunk of the Armada. So I also mentioned that Shelby took another step back in characterization. What do I mean by that? She was just surprisingly shallow in this episode. Her attention flitted from Tyler to Ivan just because he was the hot new guy on the block. She brushes Tyler off when they've been building that relationship all season. And then at the end, she says she actually liked it better when the two of them were fighting. Why? Because they were fighting over her, of course. It was just another negative character trait to add to her, which is another step back, unfortunately. If you'd like to see the jealous of a new Ranger story handled a lot better, I suggest you watch Jungle Fury's No Eye in Leader. Casey was jealous of RJ not because of who he was or what he could do, but because he felt his position as team leader was threatened. And I think that would have worked a lot better here. You could have Tyler feel that deep down inside, Ivan as a knight was a better fit for the leader of the team. And then Ivan could have reassured Tyler that even though he is a knight, Tyler is the king, no pun intended, of this team as the Red Ranger. See, it would have even made that exchange make more sense. By the way, not even the title of this episode makes sense. Sink or Swim? There was no sinking with an energem, and there was no swimming. They might have meant sink or swim, as in Tyler and Ivan needing to work in sync, But here's the thing. In the phrase sink or swim, it's the swim part that's good. Sinking with the Rangers is also good, so they're both good. It just didn't make any sense. I would have preferred a title like Fight with the Knight. It has a nice double meaning, both Tyler's fight with Ivan and learning how to fight alongside him. And by the way, just to address it, during the whole episode, even during the fights, they kept cutting away to comic relief moments of Kendall having to wrangle the brats at the dig. They did not warrant mentioning. Maybe now that Ivan is fully officially a part of the team and we've seen their Zords combined, we can get away from these Sentai stories they have to adapt and move on to pushing this story forward. Let's see what happens in episode 14 next week, which is something that everyone hopes to see in the Halloween sky, True Black. When three Rangers become trapped in an underground tomb, it's a race against time for Chase to master his new power upgrade before his friends are lost forever. A new power upgrade for Chase? What could that possibly... Oh. I am excited. I have been waiting for this episode. I guess you guys are just going to have to wait and see why. That's going to do it for another Power Rangers Dino Charge episode review. Agree with me? Disagree with me? Can't figure out what I could possibly be thinking? Leave some comments down below and let me know. Make sure to subscribe to the channel to see these review videos every week, and make sure to like the video by clicking that like button right down below. Until next time, may the power protect you. Who's a good kitty? Who's a good kitty? Miss Trouble. Oh, hey Rangers. You look well. I have to remember not to curse because I can't use that as a blooper. Really? Anyway, I actually debated for a moment whether I would review the episode after it's airing on the 17th, or hold off until the Halloween special. It's true. Alright, with that business out of the way, we've got a new episode. That gives you plenty of time to get away. All of the Rangers were in the area. I mean, come on. I knew the streak was going to end soon. The Rangers catch up. That was a raspberry flag. The Rangers catch up with Ivan and Tyler continuing to fight even through the morph. The Rangers catch up with Ivan and Tyler continuing to fight even through the morph. Oh gosh. Not that he's strong, fierce. He's the Red Ranger. And I'm gonna do that again. Strong, fierce, brave. I'm brave. Brave in. They blow them, Sledge grows them. Jammer all the beans. We need to get bigger. Thanks for that, Coda. I hate getting most of the way through a take and then forgetting the last line. It's too far for me to do a split take, but it's the two Zords, it turns to... They finish off Smokescreen with just... Ivan makes Tyler a really good-sounding tuna sandwich while he makes the others grilled cheese. And, her attention flitted from Tyler to Ivan just because he was the hot new guy on the block. The rest of the take is definitely not there. And she brushed Tyler off when they had been building that relationship all season long. She brushes Tyler off when they've been building that relationship all season long. And then she says that she liked it better, didn't she? And I think that would have worked a lot. And by the way, just to address it, Uh,